Hi, this is Dan, and thank you for joining me today on this very important day. This is Truth and Reconciliation Day. Most of you know me from my weekend post of Treeline, and also most of you would probably also remember me from my past post at Live at the Pumps filmed at the General Store and Gas. Right now, we're going to go to Spanish, Ontario for the festivities held today for the Truth and Reconciliation Day at the former Indian Residential School sites. The turnout today in Spanish, Ontario has been quite phenomenal. There was a drumming earlier to kind of honor the victims and survivors of the Indian residential schools here in Spanish. There's a collection of pictures and records of students that attended here, and a bus has just arrived here with people, I believe, coming from Manitoulin Island. I believe they are here for the festivities of this Truth and Reconciliation Day. According to historic facts, in an estimated 160-year history, 150,000 children were taken from their families and placed in 80 schools throughout Canada. Out of those, 44 were run by 16 Catholic or Roman Catholic dioceses, and plus the schools that were situated here in Spanish, Ontario. Here I am today. I'm here with Patty Ann Owl from Sagamok-Nishnawbek, who is here for today's festivities. Patty Ann, tell me a little bit about the residential school history.
I know it's here in Spanish, Ontario. I know our communities, Sagamok, Serpent River, and Misagi are in a partnership collaboration to find out the truth and history behind the lost children who attended this school. And they announced some names today, which is very important because they could have been forgotten. But today I'm here because I believe in retaining culture, absorbing our language as much as I can. I would like to introduce that to my children because I too was raised in English, colonized school, education. I'm trying to gain traditional knowledge myself.
Yes, and also I remember that a lot from our own history in Sagamok-Nishnawbek, that a lot of our elders back then attended both the residential schools here, and they also attended Shingwak, which is out in Sault Ste. Marie.
Did you know there was a difference between this residential school's religion and the one in Shingwak? One was Anglican and one was Catholic. So they mixed this up also in religion sanctions.
Yeah, well, it's also kind of, you almost kind of look at it as almost like an apartheid, you know. You have different churches there that were involved in the community there, and I also recall that your uncle Wilfred Owl there, who was served as chief in Sagamok, also had a history going with the Shingwak school in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, my uncle went to Shingwak too, Richard Owl. Bless his soul. My grandfather went to this school. So we're like mixed religions, but the same people.
Yes, Jamie Gwetch for that.
All right.
So here is a historic timeline of detailing the school when it started in Wikwemicong. I'm looking at the year and it says 1841 when the first Catholic day school had opened. I do know that it was destroyed by fire. And I'm looking at a year here, it was 1885. And you can see all the thing there. And then in 1911, the Jesuits purchased the Spanish school site of 133 acres from a man by the name of John LaPointe. And you can see some of the little closer pictures. There's a man here in a boat. And this, I believe the school was just standing. The church was later added, I think, around 1918. And here is the picture of the girls' school here when the place had burned down in 1982. And in 2005, in the autumn, the boys' school was later demolished. Picture of the girls' school, how it used to look. Mind you, after the tragic fire in 1982, the statue escaped undamaged. And here's a picture of the bedroom, which was situated on the third floor of the boys' school. And this is the former St. Peter Claver School in Spanish, which was the boys' school. It was great. It was later renamed the St. Charles Garnier School. I believe it's Shingwalk that actually archives a lot of this historic information. As you can see the names of the many students that attended here. I can't even make out the names here because the writing is very condensed and very small. Okay, I am here with Wilma Lee Johnston. She is the chief of the Serpent River First Nation. Wilma Lee, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. And just some little reflection about your experience today.
Today was really good, I thought. We had a lot of people who came to visit us.
Yes.
We had a bus from Wikwemkong, Sagamuk residents, a few from Misogwi and Serpent River, of course. Today we talked about healing intergenerational trauma.
Yes.
Inflicted on us by the residential schools, and how we can work together and help each other move forward into better futures for us all.
Yes, and just like yourself, you also probably had family that attended the schools here as well?
I had uncles and some aunts. My mother attended day school, and my grandfather attended the Wikwemkong Technical School.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much there, Guimauve, for your presentation. Hello, and here I am here with Tracy. She's a mental health worker. She is here for today's festivities. Tracy, would you give me your thoughts on today's festivities here?
Thank you for this, Miigwech. Today has been very heavy, very overwhelming, but at the same time very healing.
Yes.
Bringing everybody together to share and to experience what we've experienced today has been absolutely wonderful healing experience.
That's very good. And like I said, Truth and Reconciliation too is also reconciling with other Canadians about in terms of what has happened in history and how to overcome the differences, cultural differences, even religious differences.
I think it's very important that we need to understand that we are all the same inside. It's what is in our hearts that matter. We all celebrate different things and have different ways of living our lives, but when it comes down to it, we all need to be respectful and kind to each other.
Oh yes, and that's everything should be mutual, and that's always the perfect sign of healing and to better understand each other and moving beyond stereotypes, eh?
Yes.
And I thank you so much, Tracy, for that interview. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Miigwech. So festivities are about to wrap up here shortly at 2 o'clock. And somebody had just questioned where many of the students came from. Of course, many along the North Shore Corridor and Manitoulin Island and along the coast of Georgian Bay. Also, we had additional students come from Akwesasne, which is Mohawk territory, and Kanawaki and Kanesatake. Students were brought here to Spanish. And I also happen to have a friend there named Jody. I hope you're watching this video today. There stands the tree line. And it's also a remembrance of what's used to exist here in Spanish.
Again, thank you for coming out. Food over on that table, leftovers, I guess. So, keep watching everybody, and we'll see you next year.
what happened with the residential schools that used to exist here? There was actually a royal commission that was headed up in the 1950s. I don't know exactly who was involved, but they wanted to investigate what was actually going on in these schools. And they found out a lot of very disturbing things that were going on. Many of the kids were very malnourished, did not have access to proper meals. And then the later years, a lot of these schools lost their funding and they had to close. Festivities have wrapped up for today until another year comes along, and Truth and Reconciliation will see the congregation of people coming back here to the Spanish Marina for the ceremonies next year. My special thanks to Tracy Guima Wilma Lee Johnston for the interview, and to a longtime friend of mine, Patty Ann. This is Dan, and I will see you again on my regular post at Treeline. This is Dan. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. Miigwech.